Let's get ready to ROFL!
Welcome to the special Christmas edition of ROFL Behind the Curtain Comedy Club podcast. We're recording some of the chats with the comics backstage during the Christmas season, and you will hear some chats between us, Frankie Falco and myself, and Bob Murdoch, Jerry Kay, James Alderson, and Dom Woodward. Merry Christmas!
Backstage behind the curtain at ROFL Comedy Club, and we are here with Bobby Murdoch.
Hello.
Frankie Falco is here,
guys.
and your headline act this evening was Dom Woodward.
Good evening.
Hey, you guys smashed it. It was a good night, wasn't it?
Good. It was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
really nice. And it's a Christmas gig because it's December, but that was a really nice crowd. We had a little bit of talking, but for a Christmas gig, you'd take that any night of the
Are you
week.
guys Christmassy people? Do we like Christmas?
I spoke about it, didn't I?
Yeah.
When I was on stage. If you put your Christmas tree up in November, you should be allowed to be taken into the street and given a dead arm, like as a national punishment.
They are expensive
What's the
though.
date for you then? Is it like, have you got it up now, or does it have
Yeah, I
the
only
12
put it
day?
up 2 days ago.
Have you got a real one?
No, fake one.
We bought a real one in a pot last year, put
Yeah.
it in the garden, it's grown a bit, and we've taken it back out again in a pot, and it's back in the house.
Yeah, we're doing a similar thing.
Yeah, but ours is only like,
Yeah.
okay, like 2 foot high.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
ours
kept them in
is
a small
about
pot.
that big,
It's
yeah.
called Knut.
Canoes.
Knut the tree.
I'd love to do what he did on National Lampoon and go and cut one down,
Yeah.
and then a squirrel be in it.
Mate, we've cut one down in America. There's a place where you go, and I found out that day that I'm kind of allergic to Christmas trees. There's the sap on them. I came out in a rash.
That's
Yeah,
odd.
annoying, isn't it?
Yeah,
Squirrel, you're one of the best squirrel story I've got.
yeah.
There we go. Actually happened. Frankie
It
knows
was
she was
part
there.
of a very long story, which could have been like a 4 weddings and a funeral
Yeah.
story, but the squirrel
But
part is
anyway,
the best.
we were very late for a wedding. A friend of mine was getting married, and we went, right? And we turned up late. We got pulled over
We
by
had the best man in the
police.
car. It was
He had
like
like
the whole
everything. It was
thing.
like an absolute nightmare. When we got there, as we walked into the church, it was like in these woods and stuff, and there was a squirrel running around the giant wooden Jesus on the cross behind it, like literally around.
But it was during the ceremony.
Yeah, during the ceremony, and there were
That's
like
amazing.
the priest is trying to chase the squirrel away. It just literally ended up on Jesus' nuts. It was
amazing.
amazing.
And it's
mate.
a truth.
Yeah,
Absolutely
I've heard you
true.
tell that on stage, actually.
No, never told that. I've not.
Exclusive to the ROFL podcast.
No?
Yeah.
What's everyone's plans for Christmas?
We sort of are around, because Koki's family are in America, and so it's all around, based around my family. But yeah, we like read poetry, and we do very traditional.
Yeah, I guess
Oh,
Hammond-
really? That's
Thing.
very sophisticated.
I know,
Yeah.
Yeah, his dad can recite pretty much any amazing Christmas poem. He's pretty good at it.
But we also drink a lot.
Yeah,
don't we?
they do.
So alcohol
good.
and poetry,
Yeah.
you know.
And do you have any Christmas traditions or?
No, just I'm just happy if I'm not driving.
Yeah.
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 That's what I'm happy. Like, because I've got a 3-year-old now, everyone comes to my house, where I used to drive around to every other brother's
Oh,
house.
right.
So I actually like staying at home.
Well, my brother-in-law is getting married on the 27th.
Wow.
Bloody inconvenient for everybody. He won't listen to this, so I can say it.
Yeah.
But yeah, people have got to fly over from like Tuscany on Boxing Day, so you
mad,
can't
though.
get too drunk on Christmas Day because you're going to be hungover on the plane and man.
Weird.
Yeah?
Inconvenience. Yeah.
So you were talking about Christmas gigs, right? And you've seen quite a few. They get really raucous. Bob and I did one here. We did a function for road workers on Thursday.
Oh really?
Oh yeah.
That was
And it was
good.
good, but like Freddie Farrell, for instance, did 17 minutes with no material, just doing heckle put downs.
Right. Yeah.
And then I found out last night, I was just told Bob this evening that 4 of the lads have been barred from this whole complex because they got into a fight with each other after the gig. So
this
what's
is
the
Christmas.
weirdest Christmas gig you've ever done?
I mean, there was a lot of jonglers ones that were really ropey, and I think if you get booked for a company function, it's awful.
Yeah.
And I got booked with one in Sheffield about 2 years ago, and there was no seats, and they opened the buffet as I went on.
amazing.
And that's
Can't compete with sausage rolls.
No, man.
Never.
possible.
Yeah, I remember there was one I did with Kevin Dewsbury. It was a jonglers one in the Doncaster Dome.
Oh, I remember that game.
Oh, mate.
I've heard about that.
It was like 30 feet, 40 feet from the stage to the first table because there's like a dance floor, and it was a nightmare. There's one in like Coventry, but in a hotel. Louise Emilian was on, and she's great, right? And she actually did okay. Mark Palmer opened, but there was, before we went on, there was also another big dance floor thing. And there's all these girls from the Black Country, drunk on free drinks, lying on their backs with their feet in the air, spinning each other around before we started the gig.
Wow.
And someone puking in the bushes outside the front door.
What about you, Bobby?
Christmas. It can be it's weird because sometimes I'll open. So I always think if you're opening a Christmas gig, you can get the best of them before they get a bit.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It's one of those times where the opening is actually a better spot than like the closing.
It can be sometimes. So I think a lot of comics over Christmas would be I'll open. But it can be a thankless task, but it's that's
Black Friday coming up.
Yeah, I'm gigging.
Yeah, that's next week. I've got a gig in Preston.
Friday the 13th.
Yes.
Hang on, Black Friday was last week.
No, it's a comedian.
Oh, it's the comedian. Oh, sorry, I'm in the shopping world.
Frankie's like, we bought all of that stuff. What is there another sort of
Imagine if you went shopping and people just followed you heckling you, giving you shit.
Yeah, that's kind of what it's like.
I live with him. That's what happens.
Are you here next Friday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, random question. So, Bob wears specific shoes that he puts in a bag.
Yeah.
And so he has stage.
Really?
Yeah.
I've only started doing it.
But is that for a luck thing, or is it just because you want to keep?
No,
your
it's
trainers
just to keep my shoes nice. Only because they're black and white.
Yeah.
But I get that new shoe feeling
every time
when I go on.
Do you smell them as well?
It's like a new shoe. It's like going, new shoes.
Tony
shoes I just
Blair.
wear for 20 minutes and then put them back in my bag.
Tony Blair wore the same pair of Church's brogues for every single Prime Minister's Question Time for 10 years.
Did he?
Yeah, same pair.
Really?
And that
was it his lucky pair?
Well, apparently so, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Won 3 elections, so it must be black.
Must be. Maybe he had lucky pants and all.
Have you got any sort of lucky or like?
No, I. Do you know what? When I first started, I was getting the odd bits of things that I'd started doing as like traditions. I thought this is going to get silly, so I just abandoned everything. I've got no superstitions with that. I'll take money before I go on, and some come lots of superstition.
Yeah.
I've got no problem with that, because if you do a corporate, you just give me the money because you never know how this is going to go. So I've got no problem with that. I've got no superstitions. I normally wear for the last few years. I know a lot of comics do this. Is a t-shirt and a jacket and jeans.
Well, it looks good on you.
Yeah.
Very small.
It's hard sometimes to try and find something that you're comfortable in, isn't it?
Have you ever seen John Pearson's shirts? If you're listening, John, they look great on you.
We love you, John.
That's great. You're basically keeping Giacomo alive.
Yeah.
So, Jamie Sutherland always wears a suit now. Have you noticed? Pretty much.
I said him today.
Was he wearing a suit?
He's wearing a suit. Do you know what? I love Jamie, and he was very good today. He's
always good.
But he's one of those few comics that can do everything.
Yeah. He's a Swiss Army knife.
Yeah, he is. That's a good analogy.
Yeah. It was Jamie's analogy.
You can open a tin with his big toe.
Alright, dudes, well listen, just let them know where they can find you online. What are your social media handles?
Twitter at Bobby Murdoch, and then Facebook, which I like. Facebook's better, because I put little videos on there at Bobby Murdoch Comedian on Facebook. That's the best one.
There you go.
I've just got Twitter at Dominic Woodward, but I've not got a Facebook page of a comedian's page. I've just got my own private.
Yeah, I like the Facebook. Yeah. Facebook's better. It's a bit friendlier, I think.
Yeah. Groovy. All right, thanks,
cool.
dudes. Drive home safe and have a great Christmas.
Have a good Christmas.
We are backstage at ROFL Comedy Club with Jerry Kay, and Frankie's here. Oh my gosh, it's Christmas.
Saturday night.
It's Christmas.
It is
Christmas. It is Christmas. I'm here. ROFL.
Yeah.
I've never heard it abbreviated before.
Oh yeah.
I've only ever said roll on the floor laughing. ROFL.
Yeah.
I like the idea.
You know
ROFL.
what I mean?
Yeah, it's got a ring to it.
Yeah, we don't mess about. We go straight in for the kill.
Got a bit of reef in the background. I don't know if you guys can hear that.
Yeah.
Throw your hands up. Oh yeah, we're ready.
Ready to party.
We're ready, mate. I don't think I'm ready for comedy, to be honest.
Is this your last gig before Christmas?
It is, yeah. I had one cancelled for Monday, so this is it. I retire now until 2020. Well, I hope it's until 2020. And I've checked my diary. I got some stuff in, so you know.
You'll be fine. It's only a couple of days away, mate.
Last night was good.
It was fun. You smashed it. It was really good.
Hey, it was great, wasn't it? It was really,
lovely.
really good night. Really loved
a
it.
group of 33 lads in. There were one or two partners, but other than that, it was all big, sort of burly, tattooed Midlands.
Yeah, love it. The audiences we love. Bring it on. Bring it on, burly fellows.
It actually was quite good. I mean, to be fair, there was no there was only one person had to get thrown out. It wasn't from their crew.
Hey man, bring it. I've done Ku Klux Klan rallies, so it's really no. Bring it on. You know what I mean?
Somehow I can't quite picture that. Well, I suppose once you're under the sheet.
I was just about to say I was dressed. You know what I mean? I'm not mental.
They're like, that Jerry, he's so great. I love that guy.
Have you had a particular gig that's gone a bit crazy?
Bit of riot? Honestly, no. The worst gig I've ever had was it was a Christmas gig. It was in Sheffield. And just a bunch of school teachers being a bit lively, but never really. Teachers are the worst audience, without a doubt. Teachers are the worst because I think when they get away from the kids, they've had to behave themselves, and they've had to put up with these kids all day. Yeah. So when they get when the boot's on the other foot, rather than being empathetic and behaving their bloody selves, they go completely the opposite.
They
and
do
the
not
biggest
put their hand up before they speak.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
We had a big group of teachers in the other night, and they were rather rowdy.
Oh they just won't behave.
Loose, loose and juiced up.
Bring back the slipper.
Yeah.
That's what I'm all about, mate. Yeah.
So, I mean, you're based in London.
Yep.
And you've been doing this a good long time now.
17 years.
It's unbelievable. Do you still find the travel tiring?
Tiring, boring, annoying when you're stuck in traffic. Yeah. So I mean, it's the travel. The overseas travel is the worst. Actually, whilst people think, oh, glamorous, it's not. It's the waiting around is a pain in the neck. So without a doubt, the worst bit about this job is the travel. Absolutely,
and
absolutely.
The
best bit, the adulation, I guess. You know what I mean? Actually, no. Actually, now having done it for so long, the very best bit is just getting a new gag laughed at. You know what I mean? Because obviously we spend a long time doing the same stuff, and most of us, the material just evolves. You know, we're not going to do large chunks of new material.
I have to go get an act on the left. You hang out and talk to
So every time, I get a new bit and it gets a laugh. Brilliant. That's brilliant. That makes me feel really happy.
Where do you find you get sort of inspired by? Is it all different kinds of things that?
In terms of writing the new material, anything. It just I found lately actually I'm getting a lot of it from social media. Actually, it's from pictures. So it's not like we don't steal jokes. Obviously, modern comedians don't do that. But I might see a picture, a joke that's sort of picture, and I will make a joke out of the picture, if you know what I mean, and just readapt it. So I'm finding of late that's happened a few times, and it's worked quite well.
It's a good place for inspiration.
Well, I guess someone's originating the pictures, so there is a slight amount of plagiarism there, I guess. But
your take on
you know what I mean? Yeah, and if you're gonna make a picture gag and stick it online, then it's open season, isn't it? Unless you've got an act that is solely pictures. Unless someone's got a new slideshow that I haven't heard about.
There might be an Edinburgh show.
I think I'm on safe ground. Yeah, there might be that. Yeah.
So, how do you feel like, if you've been in it for sort of 17 years, has your act sort of developed over time? Like, what do you feel like? Yeah,
you know what? I didn't think it had, but it's not until you look back at old stuff. I mean, it's funny because there's some footage on YouTube that people tend to go to. It's Jerry K Live, and anyone who books me privately tends to have seen the stuff on YouTube, which is from 2009. You know what I mean? So it's 10 years ago, and it is because, and I look at that, and they'll say, "Oh, I hope you're going to do the bit about," but actually, I don't do that anymore. But they want me, and so it's only then that I look back and I realise that I'm probably only doing 10% of that bit. Now, you know what I mean? So almost accidentally, it's just slowly evolved, and stuff's fallen off as new stuff's come in. So
so that's really interesting. Did you always want to do comedy?
I never wanted to do comedy.
How did you fall into it? It
was a dare. A girl dared me when I had I was in media for 25 years, magazines, newspapers, and the secretary dared me one day to enter a competition, and I entered the competition, and really from the moment I stepped on stage and got the first laugh, I felt comfortable and happy.
Wow, that's amazing. You didn't get up there, because I've spoken to a lot of comedians who say their first time was just a disaster.
Oh no, the first time was good. I mean, I was terrified, but actually my first disaster, it didn't really happen for quite some time. I mean, it's happened, don't get me wrong, on a few occasions, but actually not for quite a time, So I mean, also I didn't, because I had a day job, I didn't do the open circuit like so many acts do. So I just did the odd competition. So on top of that, I probably, had I done more open spots, I probably would have had bad gigs. You know what I mean? But as it turned out, I just did competition. So by the time I got, inverted commas, spotted, I'd just done competitions, which are, you do in 10 minutes, you know, so it wasn't too bad.
That's crazy. So how's 2019 been for you?
It's been good. It's been good. Quite a lot of work, which is good nowadays. You know what it's like with so many acts out there. I'm sure Kogi tells you the same. But no, it's been good. Plenty of work. Almost solidly good gigs. You know, sort of 7 out of 10s plus, pretty much constantly. Yeah, so no complaints. No complaints.
And have we got New Year's resolutions? Do we do New Year's?
I hadn't until you just mentioned it, actually. What would be my New Year's resolution? Write more clean material. That would be, yeah. That would be, yeah, because I'm doing cruises next year. So, right here, I've got lots, but I don't think it's good enough, so I need to develop it and,
you feel like you can sometimes not fall back on in terms of its worst material, but, you know, with the ruder stuff.
Yeah, it's always my go-to because that's how my mind works. You know, to me, what's funny is inverted commas wrong. Do you know what I mean? It's the wrongness of it that makes it fun. It's not necessarily blue. It's not necessarily sexual. It's just wrong. And when they want clean material, they don't just mean take out the swearing. They mean take out the wrong bits. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's that I find difficult. So I need to. Yeah, I think that's got to be my New Year's resolution, really.
And do you find it different when you come up sort of closer to the north? Is it very different to the London circuit? Would you like that kind of?
I prefer anywhere out of London. Yeah. Actually, so be it north, south, east, west. Certainly for me, I prefer out of London simply because I believe my experiences are that out of London, if it's funny, it's funny. In London, I find that a lot of the audience, maybe it's because they're exposed to so many comedians, they have another agenda over and above what's just funny. Do you know what I mean? So, I don't know, if it doesn't reflect their intellect, for example, then if you're just telling a knob gag, then they might be pissing themselves inside. But the sheer fact it's just a basic knob gag, they're not going to laugh at it because it might reflect badly on them. You know, that's how I feel.
Sitting in audiences in London versus sitting in audiences up here is totally different. Well, you know, I mean, I'm from the sidelines, but it's always, I feel like exactly like you say, there's a lot more reserved in London of like,
they're a bit more pretentious. I say maybe it's simply because they're exposed.
Are you very pretentious?
Am I very? Oh, I'm extremely pretentious. I eat. I'm trying to think of an old joke there, and I've forgotten it completely, and I'm going to use it tonight. So that's a tragedy.
Well, let's remember it before we're on stage.
Yeah.
James, all the sinners just arrived. We got held up in the lift.
Hello, buddy. How are you, mate?
All right.
Have you met
I'm Frankie.
Hi, not me.
No.
Hi, of course me.
The lovely jury.
Yeah. Well,
how are you doing?
I'm all right. Yeah. Knackered though. Knackered. Just it took me so long to drive up here yesterday, and I've driven across country today as well, and I'm driving home after the show. So I'm like, trying to do Christmas shopping as well.
Did you get some done?
A little bit. Yeah. But I got caught in that shower. I walked across town to do some shopping to the luxurious Sainsbury's. Yeah. And I've got all my Christmas shopping done. It's wonderful.
Changed.
Yeah, I know.
I remember when he used to do his Christmas shopping in Lidl.
You
know what I mean?
Oh, we've gone up a notch.
Yeah. Someone's having a good year.
Next year it'll be Waitrose.
Yeah. You'll never see me again.
This time next year it'll be Waitrose.
Where did you have to drive from?
Last night I was in Hull.
All right.
A couple of gigs in Hull. So yeah.
Were you on with Martin Moore?
Yeah, he was on just before me. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So a couple of then I stayed in Sheffield overnight and then came across this afternoon. So yeah.
And is this your last gig before Christmas?
No, I got one on Monday.
Who's that for?
Me.
Oh, for you? No, I was going to say, because I had one cancel on me, and I thought you was going to say it's for them, in which case there'd have been a lawsuit coming their way.
I thought you were going to say, if we're getting it again together, but I'm not going to do it. One gig's enough every month. So you haven't got another gig then?
No, this is it, mate. This is for me done. That's a nice feeling when I'm driving home tonight. It's like, and you can relax because that's comedians. I don't know about you guys, but driving. I don't know about you guys, but I can never relax when I've got time off. Yeah. Because unlike, you know, when you've got a real job, a day job, you have time off and it's real time off. Because you know that you're definitely going to go back to work on Monday and you're definitely getting paid. Whereas when you do what we do, and I guess it's the same for any self-employed people, you can never quite relax because you think, oh, I should be earning some money really. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? But at Christmas I kind of feel this is a proper holiday.
It's a justified
now.
break.
This is a justified break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no gigs that are going that you're missing out on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Just wait a week and then get back into the shit show that is this business.
January.
Which we love.
Yeah,
Which we love.
no, we love it. Brilliant.
Awesome. Have you got any social media stuff you want to big up, or?
I've just got. I'll just give. I never do this. I'm terrible. So, at Jerry Gay Comic is my Twitter. Jerry Che, my surname is Kyei. That is my Facebook, my Instagram, and jerryk.net is my website that I talk about New Year's resolutions. Jerry, regularly update your website.
All right.
There you go. You've said it now.
That's a good one.
And you, Drew?
I'm just Comedy James.
And have you got any New Year's resolutions?
New Year's resolutions, probably to eat less at service stations. Because you stop for petrol and then you just think sausage roll, couple of bags of crisps, a couple of king-size Twixes. What could go wrong? Yeah. Unfortunately, this went wrong, which is the glory of podcasts. I can't see.
A body for radio.
That's like we round the sounds to the podcast.
Mark Newell turned up the other day and he had a sort of Tupperware with chicken and rice and veg that he'd made. And
being serious.
Yeah, he was serious about his diet. I was like, wow. Don't see that every day for a comic as a...
No, not at all. We're the unhealthiest bunch ever, I think, aren't we?
More like Greg's.
Yeah, or Subway like I just did. It's 3 cookies.
Brilliant. Oh, it's Christmas. Treat yourself,
Yeah,
love.
I know, every day.
Brilliant. Thanks, guys.
Cheers, guys. Thank you.
Cheers.
Hey guys, thanks so much for listening to the show. Really appreciate you tuning in. It would be great if you could head over to wherever you download your audio and hit that subscribe button. If you're feeling extra nice, you could leave us a review. If you want to check out any videos of the acts, these are coming out weekly on our YouTube channel, which is ROFL Comedy Club. And if you want to book tickets for any future shows, want to find out any more information, then head over to roflcomedy.com.